What's up, y'all? So you are now tuned in to Together We Anime. And this month we watched Darker Than Black.
This was a bit of a rough watch for me as far as the story. I feel like there was a lot of things they could have resolved. I feel like there was a lot of continuity they could have stuck to. There was so many things that could have made it more cohesive.
I mean, I appreciate them kind of taking us through the journey they went through of nobody really knowing what this is or what it does or the purpose.
Yeah.
But it seems like the person who put the structure there in the story also did not know how this thing works.
This is not streaming anywhere. So we had to go old school and
Yeah.
try to find a site to get this. I'm used to just going in and just being able to stream seamlessly. This was
Yeah.
an awful experience to like watch.
For the early 2000s, I could see why this was a good anime.
The highlights are, like I said, the music is good. I think there's a lot of fun characters with a lot of fun powers. Story was supposed to be better than what it was. I just think it took too long to get to that point.
What's up, y'all? So you are now tuned in to Together We Anime, the anime podcast where we watch, review, and rate a different anime every single month. Um, with the goal of getting everybody and their mama to watch no matter what. My name is Nick, and I'm here with Stik and Nisho. That is NishoSoul and Stik Braxton, and say their names completely so y'all can go search them and whatnot. And this month we watched Darker Than Black. And we're going to dive into that anime in a moment. But before we get there, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And most importantly, make sure that you share your thoughts on Darker Than Black in the comments section. Also, I wanted to do something special this time around. And I wanted to shout out two of our listeners that have been actively reaching out to us. And that is Cat Chaotix on IG and Green Fairy on TikTok. So we appreciate y'all for following along with the anime. And, more of y'all hit us up and let us know how you feel about the episodes, how you feel about the anime and stuff like that. Because we would like to either shout you out or show you love in the comments. So, um, yeah, all that good stuff. So before we get into everything, if you haven't watched Together We Anime before or listened to the pod, I'll just give you a brief breakdown of how this works. So we discuss four different segments of the anime that we watch. First, we give you a synopsis, and then after that, we go into the character development. We talk about the animation, the music, and we talk about the storyline. So we're going to discuss all that, all to just wrap it up, get to the end, and give you a rating of whether or not we recommend that you should watch the anime. And also, we do our best, but there may be some spoilers. But I think we do a pretty good job in not always giving away the plot points. And it will be very hard to give away the plot point in this one if I have to add my own 2 cents.
But just in case, spoilers ahead, man.
There you
So
go.
yeah.
Spoiler.
So for the synopsis, I was gonna read the synopsis from a website, but I honestly don't think any of the synopsis that I read would do the anime any justice. Um,
What will do it justice is a classic Nick synopsis.
so I'll give you my
Mhm.
synopsis.
Jesus.
So here's what happens in the Darker Than Black anime. Essentially, there's actually two different areas on different sides of the world, kinda, South America and Japan. And there's this supernatural event that occurs where there's a gate that forms, and apparently nobody knows what's happening inside the gates. But everything outside of the gates is affected. Um, the skies are fake. Uh, People have powers. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. And every episode, there's like something to overcome, of course, typical of every show you watch. And people survive things that people get in touch with their emotions through the power of friendship, which it kind of happens.
I'm
You
going
know,
Okay.
into it.
I, I, I,
We're
I
gonna get
see.
into it.
you see where I'm going.
We're gonna
I,
And
get into
I,
it.
I smell some. I smell what you're cooking, kinda. Um,
and by the
yeah.
end of it, we get some answers, but mostly not all of them. So, um, yeah, that's my synopsis of what happened in Darker Than Black. Supernatural story about the government hiding stuff. Well, not, it's about supernatural stuff and the government hiding it as always. Um, yeah, that's how do y'all would y'all how would y'all
You are
say my
struggling.
synopsis?
I
Did
would
I hit it
say,
up? Like, did I get it though? Like, I think
You
I was
you
pretty
pretty
on
much got
line.
it. I don't know. You got it.
I mean, honestly, why would anyone else want to read the one that they wrote on all the other sites when they could have just used yours?
Exactly.
I mean,
Because
clearly,
highly accurate over here.
yeah,
The most
yeah.
accurate synopsis you're gonna get on the internet about anime ever. What are we talking about?
Here's the
One
thing:
of
that
the,
there's a difference between the word synopsis and summary. You gave a
true.
Touche,
great
touche.
you gave a great synopsis. A synopsis basically is an overview of what you might see in the show. A summary would be what you actually saw in great detail. I think
Hmm.
you nail your synopsis every time.
Hmm.
The point A to point B is such a journey that the entertainment value it just skyrockets. So yeah,
Yes. And words mean things. So I'm not, you know, I'm not here to be your professor of anime, you know? I'm just here to break it down to you, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, what you mean? Everybody thinks you're the professor anime at this point. You've seen what, like 15, 20 anime now?
Hey, look, I'm an expert at this point. Like if there
Yeah,
was like a casual anime watcher like society, I wouldn't be a president yet, but I think I'd be
Like treasure vibes, maybe.
I guess people can trust me with their finances, sure. Yeah.
I mean,
I
are you
mean,
gonna
that's- yeah.
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck
All
is
right, guys.
happening, bro?
Before we, because we could go so many different routes with that,
Uh-huh.
comparison. But we're gonna stay on topic here, and we're gonna discuss the first subject or segment that we want to focus on for the anime, which is discussing the overall storyline, plot concept of the show. Um, so I'm gonna hand it to one of y'all first to start this off because of what I texted y'all about earlier. Nisho, since
Oh
you were
God.
the third one in the call, you can go ahead and start us off. How did you feel about the overall storyline and the concept of the show?
Whew. Um, I'll admit, out of everything we watched, but specifically within this block of what we've done recently, this was a bit of a rough watch for me as far as story because
Okay.
I feel like there were elements here to make a great story. There just wasn't a great story. You know what I mean? I feel like there were like good character beats, there were good elements in the world building around, but as an overall story, I'm like, and it's funny because I put in my notes and I actually thought of you with this because I verbatim, this is what I got here. So, bearing in mind both what I look for in an anime with genuine engagement and Nick's reminder of a cohesive point A and B for plot line, there's not exactly a point B here. So that's pretty much how I feel about it. Like the story to Darker Than Black, it's like I feel like it's really only central to the Black Reaper and maybe like a couple other characters, but that's really it. As far as the overall arc and the story of a goal to reach or just a tangible goal or anything, it ain't really there. So for me, like I mean, I was kind of in the middle about the story here. So that's how I feel about
Mm,
it.
Here's a fun fact, some behind the scenes stuff. We've been talking about this anime on and off, in our group chat a long time, and y'all been chatting and really getting into it and really just talking. I'm gonna be
Hmm.
honest. I watched all these in the last 48 hours. Every
Ah, damn,
every single episode
damn.
in the last 48 hours. Um, so here's what I'll say.
rats.
It is there's some it's like Nisha said, there's some elements here that are interesting. I think
Mm,
the whole concept of the contractor thing, um, what each character, what each contractor has to do in order to the price they have to pay to use it. That's very interesting how they choose those, and I'm gonna get into that later and when we get talk about characters and stuff.
Same, same,
Um,
same.
I think, and there was an interesting thing that Nisha said early on in our watch, well, while y'all were watching,
Hmm.
and it was, does this remind you of Burst Angel in any way? And at the time, I was like, I don't really understand. But then I looked at it and I was like, oh, I probably see it from, at least from my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You know how in Burst Angel there would be like two episode arcs.
Hmm.
There would be this like, okay, this is the plot point. You're like, okay, cool. We're about to be introduced some characters that we're gonna have for like the overall anime. Nope, they're dead in by episode two. Okay, we're starting a whole new arc. This is gonna be longer for sure. Nope, two episodes again. And it was like that
Hmm.
for the
This
entire
whole
show.
time. Yeah, it
It
was.
didn't, it wasn't until like, I want to say probably past episode 9, 10 or something like that, where continuity started to build, where we started to see
Hmm.
recurring characters. We started to see,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, there's a connection between this and that. And like, so once it got to that point, I was like, okay, I'm kind of involved in the story. Um, I see what they were going for. I think that they maybe waited too long to get to that point. Another anime that it kind of reminds me of, and this is me and Nick, um, Gangsta. Remember in Gang when we
Mm.
Mm.
watched Gangsta
Yeah.
and we were like, okay, when is the stuff about to start happening? And we were like, okay. I was like, it was fine. I was like, okay, the action was
Yeah.
cool, and I was like, but like, I just feel like we're going on run of the mill monster of the week episode type situation. And it
Hmm.
wasn't until like episode 9 or 10, it was like, oh shit, stuff about to start to get active. And then we got to episode 12 and we found out that the studio got closed and we'll never get the result that we need.
Ooh, damn.
That was a
So,
disappointment.
I'm still not sleeping over that. Uh, but I'll say that the story had elements. The story was supposed to be better than what it was. I just think it took too long to get to
Hmm.
that point. And then by the
Yeah.
time we get there, it felt like things were a little bit rushed because yeah, it just felt things kind of rushed at the end. Yeah,
Yeah.
rushed at the end
No, I definitely agree there. Yeah.
I'm coming with my I just you said something that triggered something I meant to write in my notes, so I wanted to make sure that I got it down because I don't want to forget.
for sure.
All right. So I would like to echo y'all's thoughts as well. I also uh Nisha, I'm with you. I also struggled to watch this. Stick, I'm also with you. I watched the majority of this anime in the last 48 hours. I
Ah.
actually did the last like what 12 episodes today. Um
Mm-mm.
Facts.
so and I still almost fell asleep on most of it. I was trying my hardest not to. With that said, the overall concept of the show of the anime is fine. The supernatural thing happens. People have supernatural powers. They work for the syndicate, these other factions, the government, whatever, to get missions done or whatever they tell them to do. Um, and that whole concept is fine, somewhat. Because this whole thing about the big old structure showing up and there's not, I mean, I appreciate them kind of taking us through the journey they went through of nobody really knowing what this is or what it does or the purpose
Yeah.
and exactly how this thing functions. Like, cool, whatever. But it seems like the person who put the structure there in the story also did not know how this thing works, which is like not good.
Hmm.
And it's like I watched someone talking about like this interview that I think it was the creator or the writer or if he's both,
Hmm.
um where it said that this was, obviously an anime that didn't have like a manga or origin. So it's kind of just
Oh.
Hmm.
its own thing. And when he was writing the episodes, it was kind of like sitcom-y, like where he would like kind of change things at the last minute and like change story
Uh,
points. And I was like, oh, this makes so much sense because this is what happened. What
Yeah.
would happen if I wrote a show? Because I too am creatively impulsive. So like
Yeah.
things would just you would have characters thrown in there. We had all these kind of weird powers thrown there. This one kid at one point had a basketball that turned into a bomb, I guess. I don't know. Like it was a lot of like some of the powers like, oh, this is a dope power, and then some of them was
Nah,
just random and
like,
clearly out of someone's brain. So um I'm with you, Stick, where like the first couple of episodes, like that first half really just lacked any kind of cohesiveness.
mm,
And I would say what really lost me too in the beginning, like those first couple of episodes, like all of the story building seemed to be designed around the doll. And
yeah,
even though I
yeah,
know that like Hay is the main character, is like, but all the attention is so drawn on her. Like that's the person I'm asking questions about. Like that's the hero in my
right.
mind, even though I know that that's not the case.
Hmm.
But I guess I'll talk more about that when we get to the character part. Um, so like the first half was just hard to kind of follow because it just wasn't cohesive. Now, like the second half, they did start cooking, and I was like, okay, we got
Yeah,
some story building here. And then like they tried to have like a big finale at the end, but then they kind of messed the big finale up with the last episode where they tried to wrap things up for us, but it just left us with more questions, which there was following series I see.
Hmm.
So
yeah.
hopefully things got answered then. I don't know. I probably won't go on to watch. Um, but yeah, they you could if with actually I was gonna say if that's true, but that's what the creator said out of his mouth, like that he
Right,
was kind
right.
of changing things. So
Hmm.
we could definitely see that was the case with that first half of the anime. And it didn't seem like it came together even for him creatively until like the second half. So
That's
uh
real. Yeah,
yeah, ultimately just ended up being a hard watch for me because it was hard to like get attached to the story because things just weren't cohesive. But I could see how in the early 2000s this was a hit, though. I will say that.
yeah.
Yeah. I like to always bring out who did the anime and like kind of some of their previous works.
Hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
this anime came out in 2007.
Ooh,
So Bones did the anime, and some of their works include uh Nisho. You know
mm-hmm.
this. You
I
titled a
do.
song.
I
Yeah, yeah,
do. I
yeah.
know
I
what you're
can't
about to
pronounce it.
say.
I can't pronounce it, but go ahead.
Wait. Razafon?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
I never
2002.
knew.
That was them. Yeah,
I
that
never
was
knew
them.
Bones did Razafon.
Hmm.
Actually, the animation style, it makes so much sense. Yep. Yeah,
Yep.
makes sense.
They did
Wow.
the legendary Wolf's Rain. They did the 2009 version of Full Metal Alchemist. They
That one
also
sounds
did,
familiar.
yeah.
Cook.
They did after uh, Dark and the Black. They went on to do Soul Eater. They ended up doing Full
Heard of
Metal
that one.
Alchemist Brotherhood.
Heard of that
Oh,
one
they
They
as
did
well.
also,
both. Okay.
yeah, they did both, which is crazy.
Nice.
Um, Nick, this one's for you. Space Dandy.
Uh-huh. I could
Yeah.
tell, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
What else we got? We got Bungo Stray Dogs. They did a lot of My Hero Academia stuff. They did our boy, I think a
They-
season of him, Mob Psycho.
as they
Mm,
should, as they should.
Yeah.
My
Mhm.
goat, my goat.
So they did a lot of good things. And
hmm
animation wise, yeah, it's what's called. It seemed like it didn't match with what the writer was going for versus what we got
hmm
as far as like the whole product or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no. I completely agree. For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we get to the like the music and animation parts, like
Well,
yeah,
who the music and animation?
we'll
We
talk about it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm
no,
excited to talk about that.
I am. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so since I think y'all kind of got an idea of how we felt about the anime, it's kind of just middle of the road, like, not too great, not too bad, but it just kind of fell short in some areas. Um, so on to the character development. And hold on, before I go on, we're usually not disagreed on something. Like we don't have like big disagreements on anything, but we
Yeah,
usually all have three different kind of
we do. Yeah.
like takes. And this
Well,
time we're all pretty much on the same.
This is a rare occasion. This is
at least with the plot, we'll see how things go.
Yeah,
We
we're gonna
we
see
shall
how
we
this goes as
we shall
things
see how
continue.
things progress. But so far, we're running the same race.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't mad at it.
Um, so on to the character development. We really only get character development from two. Mm, there's some other
Nope,
ones with some
nope.
character develop, some slight development. Mainly,
Hmm.
we get character development from the crew that is like we see more of them develop in the second half. So you have
Mm.
Hey, you have Mao, you have Yin, and I forgot the old dude's name that quick.
I think
Should have
Juan,
Frank.
wrote it down.
Juan, or something like
Juan.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we see them kind of like, we see Hayes, even the contracts are supposed to be logical and emotionless. We see him starting to like, have empathy towards the people around him a little bit. We see Yin actually, in my opinion, from the
Mhm.
beginning, kind of have some type of affinity for Hay. We see Mao do the same thing, kind of what Hay did, and um, we see Juan, really develop some a relationship with these contractors as well and the doll. So before I go into deep with my opinion, uh, this time, Stick, you can kick us off and give us your take on some of the character development that you observed in anime.
So I think for me, this is the biggest portion of the show for me, as far as the notes and the thoughts I was having as we were going on. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to do this as quick as possible. Uh,
Okay.
I have a bunch of shit though. First and foremost, Hey be getting all the bitches. Did y'all notice that? Every time there was a woman involved, bro, it just feel like they all fell
Hey,
for my
get,
boy,
I
bro.
mean,
Like
hey,
he's
gets the
it
hose.
was,
Let's go.
when you think
yo,
about it, he had that Spike Batman thing kind of going for him.
My
Like,
you
man's was
know,
getting the
bro,
hose. That's crazy.
that jump was bro. I was like, yo, who are you, my boy?
he had the
Get,
sauce.
yo, all the drip. You feel me?
Yo,
So
Black Reaper trip. Let's go.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I think his character development is interesting because yeah, I think he just develops the empathy as we go along. But I feel like he always had it, even from episode one when he was trying to save the what
Hmm.
ended up being the cyborg or the robot. It wasn't like a real. They switched the girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right from the beginning, and then even the second episode where
Mm,
he the girl who finds out that she is a contractor or what or a moratorium or what it was called, which we never saw one of those again. By the way, they just threw that in there in the third and fourth episode, and never brought it up again.
bruh, I thought they were about to do that with Yin when she disappeared. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, is this about to be another Verse Angel situation where an
Hey bro,
important character
We almost got it, kind of,
just never
hey,
comes back?
hey bro, man, I don't know. Uh, but I mean, there was we Hayes explanation for how he is kind of explained in the last episode.
Hmm.
Uh, it's kind of convoluted. I'm not gonna hold you, but it is at least give me some type of explanation. Let's see, Yin. I thought Yin was kind of maybe like my favorite, one of my favorite characters. 'Cause I think Yin's slow development and slow. She's like probably the most important character in the show as far as like
Yeah.
when it comes to Hay or whatever.
Hmm.
Just her. I loved her little story arc, how we kind of get her background and her backstory, and her really what's the word I'm looking for? She really develops a partnership with Hay. You know what I'm saying? That I
Hmm.
feel that's his road dog for real. Like I feel like he would do anything for her. Like I think he'd
Yeah.
kill somebody over her. Like
Oh,
for
for
real, for real.
sure. They were killing
Yeah,
people
Absolutely.
over
Yeah,
each
they
other.
they literally
yeah,
were
yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
season.
Every
Yeah.
time somebody threatened, hey, I was like, y'all ain't finna kill her man. Like that's not that's
Yeah.
not finna
You
happen.
no, you got to twist it. Um, one of my thoughts was, how come every black cat in every anime always has that same voice? Anybody else notice that?
Thank. I was waiting for you to say
It's
some stick
it's such a
because
similar voice. It's
Amana
wild, bro.
Jaku and then this fucking cat in dark and black. I'm like, why do we get ghost stories? We tread it here. I hate it here. Like, I
Even
was like,
even
what are
even
we doing?
bro, even Sabrina Teenage Witch kind of sound like the same. I'm like, yo, bro, why does everybody sound like that? It's so wild.
Salem is
Sailor Moon,
crazy.
it's wild, bro. It's crazy.
You're loony.
Um, let's see. I like the November 11th. He was kind of fly.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
I
yeah.
like
him.
I like November 11th. He was fly.
He was
There were some dope
cold, no pun
characters.
intended.
You want to roll? You want to roll?
Yeah, I don't want to take too much time, but like a lot of characters had good what's called what I hated the most though is, and it happens
Mm.
in anime where it's like you get introduced to a character and you're like, oh shit, they kind of fly. It looks like they might actually be like a badass, and then they get in the fight and it's over. Like they die.
Hmm.
Like so fast. Or like they're used for like a very specific reason or a very specific moment and then it's over.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like for example, Maki, the kid with the two eye colors.
Bro, I
I was
was
like,
just about to bring him up.
Yes.
Yes.
I was
I
like,
fuck with
okay,
his power heavy.
clearly was gonna have a deeper um story beat and it was gonna be there for a long time. Like it's gonna be him versus Hay because I'm jealous. This is I she's mine now. And then he
Hmm.
Hay didn't even fight him that long. Like a whole November 11th took him out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think that was kind of my most disappointing things. Like some character I want to see more from. Havoc. When
Yeah.
we saw
The
the
red
red
hair
hair,
giant.
That,
Hmm.
we
oh
never
my
really
God.
we never really
I'm
got
so
this.
glad you brought it up. Ooh, go
Bro,
ahead, go ahead.
she said that her price is drinking children blood. Show me more of this.
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
see
Yes.
As wild as
why
it
are
sounds. Yeah.
they
Give us
they
that
making it
psychopath promise Neverland stuff.
bro, they made it seem like she was a problem.
Nigga
Like
got
you need to leave her
hypersensitive.
alone. And like I never got to see it. I think that sucks.
Hmm.
Um, so I can pass it on to y'all. My last point
Hmm.
is has there ever been a more useless group than this
Uh-oh.
police force? This police force
Well,
was one
well,
of the worst police forces I've ever seen in my life. Terrible. I think was Misaki, is that her name? I
yeah.
think she eventually developed some type of character, whatever,
Yeah,
and
they tried.
he really stands up for what's right. But dog,
I mean,
ass,
I think the writers really did her a disservice.
ass, Big Sean. But y'all can go and throw some other characters in there, man.
I'll
oh
go
my
pick it
God.
up because I actually had an opinion about Misaki. So, like, I feel like the writers really did her a disservice because for a stint, she just disappeared. She was another character that kind of just
Yeah.
wasn't there. And there's some parts in the anime that I feel like was just fluff. Like, I'm just like, you throwing in these new
Mm,
contractors in here just to kind of give us some action, which was cool. But,
Hmm.
mhm.
like, you could have spent some time kind of working on this character who comes in later and is this important character to moving the story along for the
Mhm.
Yeah.
government side of things, but or the enforcement side of things. But it's like by the time she comes back in, you kind of don't care about her, and
Yeah.
they try to like give us a little bit more of her like side when they have her cross paths with her friends that is now in the mafia, who's also a character I wanted to see a little more of. But
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
but it still wasn't enough for us to have like some type of like window into who she was as a like player in the story. So, and
Mhm.
I feel like she could have been more, but they kind of just used her to kind of just be like a plot mover when they needed it, and then for her boobs, obviously. So
I mean,
They didn't
I
even
mean, I
show it
mean,
like that though.
it wasn't like out there, but it was like because that was one of
Nah.
nah when I had one of the first things I wrote in my notes, and it wasn't just her.
uh-huh.
It was a lot of the characters, and I was like, oh, this
Some of
is
them other ones
definitely.
for sure.
It
Yeah.
was like
No, no,
early.
absolutely. Yeah.
Bro, they gave her the classy. They gave her the tight, formal shirt with the cut. And because one of the notes I wrote, I was like, "Oh, they love their busty women in here." And I was like, "This is definitely an early 2000s anime." That was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and that was after a scene with her that I wrote the note on.
Now
So,
I will say when she was at the party and that little red jump with the buns, I was like, nah, she all right in that one. That's
Look,
all right.
look, that was one of my first notes. I'm sorry, Mizuki kind of bad. I was like, she
Yeah,
kind of, yeah, hold on.
you know, yeah.
nah, the camera pans
Respectfully,
on Mizuki was kind of wild, I would say. The camera pans were wild. But
sick
I
one.
to move off of Mizuki, I also liked Amber. She
Hmm.
was leading her own operation to shut down the gate in Japan. They had already shut it down in the other place.
Hmm.
Um yeah, that one's a weird one too because I liked her as a character, but I was confused with her because she had like two different powers. They didn't explain it, but then
Oh,
at the end they were saying
yes.
something about fusing and something like that. So maybe she fused with somebody. I don't know. What are you about to say, Stick?
So when you say she has two different powers, what are you referring to? To me, I thought her power was, it's weird. It feels like her power is. At first, I thought she could freeze time. That's what I originally thought
Hmm.
it
That's
was.
what I thought
But it's
Yeah.
too.
but it seems like she's just able to travel time. So she's able to
Yeah.
go through what's about to happen and
Hmm.
then reset it or reverse it back. And I think resetting is what
Oh,
she's
okay.
usually doing. Because
So,
after that freezing thing, that's what she usually does. Like she's able to see something. She tells people, "This is probably what's about to happen to you, my boy," and then this shit usually happens. So I think that's really what
Yeah.
she's just able to
mm,
travel time.
so she just mastered manipulating time because in my head, like she could teleport and then also she could time travel. And for me, I separated those two things because like
Hmm.
Right.
getting from one place to another in an instant to me was like different than like time travel. But I could see how
Yeah.
Yeah.
someone could master like manipulating time to teleport essentially.
Hmm.
But she could teleport a lot of shit. Like
Sure.
she's been practicing that shit for a while. Who else did I like? I agree with you there. I liked Havoc. There's so many characters on here that just didn't
Yeah.
get like
Hmm.
get like more time. There was another kid in there that like kind of did stuff, but like I don't know, was we were kind of like we didn't get to see a lot. I forgot. I'm trying to look his name up, but he's not even on the list here, so I guess it
Was it the
didn't matter.
What was
was it
his
that
power?
kid? What was that kid with the beret? Was it him?
The
You know
kid
what,
with the
July?
beret.
Oh, not July. April.
Yeah. What was his
I think
power?
so. I do not remember.
April was a doll, and so you know how like Yin, she has to be
Oh,
in
no,
water.
okay.
Oh
That's not who I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about then.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, because this was a
Damn.
kid that hung out with November 11th.
yeah,
Um,
that's April.
Yeah,
April,
same person. Same person.
no, April
What?
was the black lady, right?
Sorry, July.
Yes.
Then it's July. Then
Okay. So
yeah,
Got you.
yeah,
sorry.
Got you.
July.
April's the black lady. November 11th, and then so is July.
Yeah. There
Got
was
you.
a
Yeah,
kid, and then oh yeah, there was an annoying guy in the beginning. Ziki. I forgot how to pronounce his name.
Mm.
He was the one with the purple highlighter. Um, I feel like they gave him enough episodes to be honest, because I was kind of annoyed with
purple
him and ready to
highlighter.
go.
Who's that?
He had
What?
purple highlight in his hair right in the beginning,
Oh.
like he was in the first couple of episodes.
Oh.
And he was like
Oh, they,
chasing down the doll and Hay, and he was like the one. I forgot what his power
Oh.
was.
I
I think he
forgot.
could.
I know. Yeah, I think I know him. I just can't remember his like exact
I think he
power.
could control. No, he can control people. I don't remember what his power was.
Wait, could
well,
he
they got him out of there.
Yeah,
was
they
he the
got
one
him
that
out of
could
the
like
class.
was he the one that could like body jump into different people? Was that him? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
No, but he
Nah,
was wild too. The dude
His,
that was like making people jump off the buildings and stuff.
yeah, no, fool was wilding.
great power by the way. Great power. Oh,
Yeah.
really quickly. I don't know if anybody's gonna bring them up.
Hmm.
How did everybody feel about the detective and the girl as part of the characters? I thought they were pretty funny.
Oh,
Oh, the
the two
private
con
eye. Oh my God.
I thought they were
yeah.
pretty funny. To be
I think
fair,
they
they brought
served
a
their
little brevity.
purpose.
It
Yeah.
was peak '07 humor. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Like it was peak '07.
Because watching the anime before they came in, that's like I was like, okay, I need a joke somewhere.
You
I need
can't
a
Yeah,
laugh.
you
And then
can't
when they
do
came in, I was pleasantly relieved.
yeah,
you can't do this. You're a lady. I'm like, yep, this is peak '07 humor. Yep. There you go.
yeah.
And I think it's really cute that she became like Ian's friend in the end.
Hmm.
And it's like those are two characters who I didn't mind. Like there was like no lack of development because they had a purpose,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
I appreciated that purpose. But let me get into my notes because I don't think I got. So when it came to like development specifically, I was I was saying like I feel like we kind of with the first couple episodes, I feel like it didn't feel like the beginning of a series. Like it felt like we kind of got just dropped in the middle of a storyline.
Mm,
So like,
Mm.
okay, I can see
and
that.
I just feel like in general, they didn't do a good enough job at like highlighting him as the MC. Like I feel like if they would have started with some of the episodes where he started talking about his sister and like his
Yeah,
mission with figuring out where she was, if they would have put that first and then kind of do started the action with the doll and whatnot, that would have helped me personally a
Mm-hmm.
little
no, I
bit
definitely
more of
agree.
following the story and really focusing on Hay as that like MC and kind of who this world is kind of built around. Because it's like by the end of the story, I just didn't care that he was this big component and he was the light and he was supposed to do all this. I didn't care about all that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I dead ass did not care either. I really did. And I'm like, gang. I just know he's supposed to be Timothy. He's kind of Timothy, but not really. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah. So
Like,
Oh,
I think
he yeah.
yeah,
mm,
he's that dude. He did get his ass whooped a few times, but he came back. He bounced back. That's
Mm-hmm.
all that matters. He didn't do
like
like
Big
some
Sean.
people and just got beat. So he didn't do that. But yeah, that's pretty much my opinion on the character development. But I think they did a solid job at some of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Nisho.
I feel like y'all covered a lot of who I was going to mention because really my only notes were really for Hey, Mizuki, and for the red-haired chick of Havoc, if I'm not mistaken, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
it Havoc? I'm gonna be honest, like this might have been me preemptively looking at this. Like I thought Havoc would have played a longer role given the way that they set her up in the episode that she was in. And
Mm-hmm.
Stick, to your point, they pulled a burst angel. It's like okay, they made it seem like she was gonna be integral, but okay, nah, she gets off to 2 episodes. It's nothing. But I'm like, she was the first hint of like Hayes' goal in the series. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay,
Yeah.
she knows about this man's goal about saving his sister or whatever the case is. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
word, she gonna be around for a long time. She gotta eventually get her power back. Nope, 2 episodes done. I'm like, there's a lot of that that's gonna happen, I feel like. And literally I put that in my notes. It's like I think that stretch of episodes is really where I was glued in the most because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we have this character that's setting up like why Hay became the Black Reaper, why he's with the contractors, why he's doing all this. And when we got closer to the end, I'm like, okay, I'm not really seeing much of a point other than Amber's crazy, Hay's still Hay. That's it. It didn't really feel like any major advancement, if you will. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? So, I mean, that was really it. Those were really the main points of my notes on the development. Because, like, honestly, my other notes were literally about the contractor's powers, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of, I want to pose this to the group. So, if you all were contractors, what
Okay,
would your
let's get
power?
into it.
Yes, if you all were contractors,
Mm-hmm.
what would your power be, and what would your price be? And before anybody says it, your price can't be not paying a price.
I also would like to point, I would like to add a wrinkle into the thing. I would also like to
Okay.
say that the price has to be something that you dislike because that's what it seemed like everybody
Ooh.
doing. They most except for April, she really
Well,
liked drinking.
mm,
She really loved
Hay
drinking.
liked
But
eating.
no, but Hay doesn't
He
have a
loved
price
food.
though. Hay doesn't have a
he
price.
Oh,
probably get
that's
drunk as
true.
shit.
He
Remember
just liked
at the
eating, yeah.
I thought
No,
it was
Hank
him
just
eating.
ate like a lot.
I
Mm-hmm.
thought, yeah, he got Goku level hunger. I
Yeah,
thought that I thought that he was eating too, but at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the last episode,
They explained
they
it.
again
mm.
convoluted. Still didn't think it was great, but it's fine.
Oh, absolutely
Um,
convoluted.
so I
Yeah.
think it has to be something that we dislike. It has to be our
Mm-hmm.
price.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
Nick,
Okay.
since Nisha started, it's Nick's your turn to go first.
Okay. Speaking of dislike, the creator of the show really dislikes smoking.
Yo,
I
he kept throwing
peeped.
them statistics out. Stop smoking around me. But you know what they really did like? Pizza Hut.
Oof. Yep. They did some product placement like a motherfucker in this anime. I was like, how much did they pay them for this? For Pizza
Yeah.
Hut, and I think they had a couple other ones in there. I was like, y'all had some bread for y'all had a budget for this
Bro,
shit.
and both will equally kill you. Um,
Do them enough. Hell yeah.
so I would say my
Tobacco and
power,
gluten, goddamn. Jesus.
I think my power will probably be invisibility. I think that would be mine for sure.
Mhm.
Okay.
And as far as my price, doing something I don't like, ooh, what's something I really don't like doing? Um, I'm trying to think. I don't know, eating bugs. Probably be
Wow.
Okay,
something like that.
just so we're
Wow.
clear, no one really likes eating bugs, but I feel you. I'm not mad at that. I'm
Not
not
that I
upset at
ever
that.
ate bugs to figure out whether or not I like it, but I just
Yeah,
feel like I wouldn't.
Right.
Oh
no, I get that.
no. Actually, okay, this might sound wild, but
Okay.
I feel like it would be something to deal with the needle. Like either I have to like inject myself with something or I have to get tattooed or something. Like it'd be something like
That
that
makes sense.
Your price would be
because I
kind of
hate
crazy
needles.
because you would actually have to get like pay something. I guess you
Yeah,
could tattoo
A little,
yourself though.
that's true.
yet a literal price. Like, I ain't
Or
mad.
like,
Or
some people do like scar tattoos and stuff like that. Like, or
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
that's true.
Okay.
And because they
Okay.
did have one person that had to like harm themselves or something like that as their
Yeah, yeah,
price.
He Way
that
was
price is
fly.
wild.
Talking about dude who was
Yeah.
cutting himself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was fly
I'd
though.
be out here
I like
looking
Way.
like Michael B. Jordan and
Oh my God.
Black Panther. I'd be out here
Kill,
looking crazy.
Killmonger is crazy work. I
That's his
can't.
name, Killmonger. I'd be out here scarred up.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Motherfuckers are
mine.
wilding.
Invisibility and something to deal with needles.
Okay.
All right. I feel like Nisha, we should throw it on you now since you brought up the
Damn.
question.
What? Like, that's tough because I'm like, I know what I want to do for powers, but the price is a bit tough. Hmm. You know what? I wouldn't mind taking the Black Reaper's power, like to control electricity or like bend light.
Okay, static shock.
Yeah, yeah. Now, grant that's hilarious. You're funny.
I Black Lightning.
Um, fuck no, I'm not gonna be Black Lightning
You gonna
because
grow out your hair?
no, no, no. Like for a show that got canceled in what 3 se No, no.
Hey,
Um,
don't be playing with static shock like
I'm
that.
no,
Don't.
no, no. I was talking about Black Lightning.
Oh, I was about to say.
No, I
Yeah, they
will
got
never
Black Lightning out
disrespect the
here.
goat that is static. I will never disrespect the goat. But I'm trying to think of a price. I feel like easy price would be I overload anything I touch, but that would mean everything around me
Nah,
blows up. So
nah, that ain't gonna do it. You gotta be something
mm,
you don't like,
Mm,
brother. You personally.
well, I'm not a fan of dogs, so I don't know how that would connect to my power. So
You gotta go pet a dog, probably.
oh my
yeah.
God,
Yeah.
cause I
You
can't
have
do
a
it around.
strong desire to go pet a dog.
I
Yep.
hate it.
I mean, you have to go
I
pet a dog to after you
I
your
actually
power.
I
Like,
actually hate it here. I really do. I actually
like
hate
the
it.
first time you see one, you're gonna turn into a Lindsay in the park and be like, "Oh my God, can I pet your dog?"
Stick name your power. I hate it here. Matter of fact, I'm fucking camera now. I hate it here.
That's kind of hilarious.
I'm done. I hate it here. Some bullshit, bro.
He just in the park like rolling around with a dog on the ground.
Bruh.
Nigga, what?
There's a Lindsay right now that's on the West Coast somewhere that's walking up
Dang,
to
what?
somebody asking them if they can pet their dog.
Absolutely.
It's just
You know she
it's
is.
the image in my head of like, can I pet your dog? I really need to pet your dog. Can I pet your dog? Can I pet your dog? No, I can't. Okay, can I do it anyway? No, like, See,
And she's mad because you said no.
because my OCD is not gonna let it happen, but by default, because it's my price, it has to happen. I'm like, I fucking hate it here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be yours, Nisho. You gotta pet a dog.
hmm
Stick, what's yours? I hate it here.
Yeah, I mean, mine has always been like just controlling fire.
Okay, fire.
I would absolutely love to do that. For good, guys. Um my
Okay,
price what my price
okay, arson. All right.
yeah, that's fine.
Dante's Inferno.
We
Yeah.
ah.
Yeah.
That's Nick. I
Yeah.
see. I see you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not a joke. That's so real. My price would definitely be talking to having conversations with strangers.
Mm.
Valid.
Oh,
Like
that's a
Valid.
good one.
yeah,
That
just strike it. Forcing
that's a
myself
good
to
one.
strike a
Ooh,
conversation with a
ooh.
stranger.
Have
Yes.
to strike a conversation with a stranger. Super.
Yeah, that would
That's even
suck.
worse.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Exactly.
Ugh.
How's
Because
your
let me
kids?
tell.
How's the kids? I don't give a fuck. The fuck? What?
Bruh. Honestly, smoking could be my price too, because the way I hate cigarettes,
Oh
blah,
my God.
like,
Oh, mm-mm. Mm-mm. And the way they
Yeah.
smoke in the show is absurd to me. Nah.
yeah. Apparently, he did that on purpose, because he legitimately
Hey,
hates
he had a
people that smoke.
he had a message that he wanted to get to the people, man.
Tobacco's wacko, goddamn. That's the fucking message, bro.
Yo, your face when you said
Cause my whole thing is like, gang, if the message is anti-smoking, why do you have half the characters smoking? What are we doing here? Like,
because that was, I mean, that's strong Japanese culture. Like
yeah, it is.
they smoke a lot
Oh
over
my
there.
God, yeah.
I think they recently dialed that back. Like you can't like smoke in public places. I think that's a really recent thing
Mm.
or something. I could be lying. So if anybody is in
It's gonna be
Japanese and
wild
I'm
if you're
lying, I'm
lying.
sorry.
They gonna look at this and be like, "Yo, why are the Americans talking shit about us like this? This is wild."
Oh my
But no,
God.
I know. I mean, I've been to Japan, so that I know for a fact that smoking is
Ooh,
Not yeah.
still
my bad
no,
flex.
no, because like I remember going there and seeing people smoke everywhere and being surprised because
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
here dialed back on that a lot by the time I went as a kid. So
Mm,
I was like, I was shocked that you could still smoke in like bars and restaurants and stuff like that. Like
mhm.
I was like, oh, but it was so clean at the same time, so I was confused.
Nah, that makes sense. I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anywho, not about me. We're gonna move on
What?
to the next segment. So we're gonna talk about the music and animation in Darker Than Black. I'll go ahead and start off and I'll say these are the high points of the anime for me personally. I really
Mm.
enjoyed the music. This was probably the
Oh,
first
hell yes.
there's only been three animes that I went back and listened to the music on their own, and that was this one, Cowboy Bebop, and Michiko and Hatchet. Like, there's
Mm.
only animes so far, yeah, that I've gone back and listened to the music on their own. What?
Wait a minute.
We
Stick.
we
What you about to say?
we watched Samurai Champloo. I'm just confused that
Can't forget my
I'm
goat.
it's like literal lo-fi hip hop. I'm so confused. This is a I don't know if y'all know.
Sorry.
This is also a hip hop podcast. It's not, but like I'm so confused at what just happened.
I keep telling y'all, I'm not in my soul. I'm not a rapper or a hip hop head. I keep telling y'all these things.
I remember.
I keep telling y'all these things. I just rapped in my past life because I'm good at it.
You better pop your shit, nigga. Fuck. You better pop your
I'm
shit.
just really good at it naturally. Anywho, I really enjoy
Cook,
the
better
music.
cook.
They had a lot of like jazzy
Mhm,
pieces in there. Even had like some folky type, not it wasn't folky because I think it was more culture toward like Japanese culture and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So um some traditional music, I'll say that that's a better word, traditional music.
mhm,
And they had some just good arranging. And then when I looked it up and saw that the one of the people that worked on the music, well, the main person was the same person that composed the music for Cowboy Bebop. I was like, oh,
Mm.
this makes
mhm,
sense. And she is a legend. So that's why the music was so good. And
okay.
other than the music, like the sound design was okay. Like I don't know if it's because of where we watched it or if that's just how it was originally mixed, but the
Mhm,
audio, the speaking audio versus the action audio was getting on my nerves because it's like I love the
Yeah.
action audio, but it was so loud in comparison to the speaking audio. It kind of threw me off. Animation wise, if I saw this in the early 2000s, I would have definitely been amazed. Like I thought it was drawn well. There
mhm,
was a few parts where I felt like people were like missing hands or something, and I was like, "Is the hand supposed to not be there?" I was like, "Is this an artistic element?" But I don't know. But for the most
Mm.
part, it was really beautiful to look at. The action was really done well for the most part. Um, Trying to think of it in the time for 2000s, like it was done pretty well. I enjoyed watching it. Enjoyed how they changed like Lee well yeah, Hay versus Lee, like his whole demeanor when he was in undercover mode as Lee and when he was Hay, like they really did a good job at like drawing him differently so you saw him
Yeah.
differently. So I enjoyed that. And I also kept forgetting that people in the story didn't know the difference. So I kept forgetting. I was like, they don't know that that's him, but I forgot he wore the mask. And I was like,
Hmm.
yeah, they don't
Mm.
they don't know the difference until the girl was like, I know those collarbones from somewhere.
I know them collarbones is crazy. That's some wild work.
I mean, they
I was
probably
like,
did
get
though,
I was like, getting identified by your collarbone is a different type of
Getting getting
attraction.
getting pulled up on and being like, hey, baby, I remember them collarbones. That is some sick work.
bro.
That's
Imagine
some
Like,
sick
losing your
work.
girl because she knows another nigga collarbone. Boy, I am. I'm telling you, if I'm a contractor, everybody burning that day, bro. It is what it is. I'm striking up so many conversations that day with strangers because some people gotta go. I'm not losing my girl because of some collarbones.
Not so much somebody off a
I'm s- that
collarbone.
that makes me think of the scene. And like I think it was like the last episode when
Oh
the
my God.
contractor comes at the girl for the little tube or whatever, and
Mm.
like he morphs out of his clothes and then he's naked. And he's flying like at the girl in the air, and she just sits on the ground. And I was like, "Why are you sitting down?"
Anime
I was
logic.
like,
What the
this 300-pound man, okay, he probably wasn't that heavy, but this 200-pound man or something is flying at you naked. And your first thought is to like, let me sit down and scream. Like,
Hey, man.
like she was already running. Like, why did you?
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
That part made me laugh hard and it shouldn't have because I was just so confused. But Collarbone saved her, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Collarbone saved her. This wicked work. This is wicked work.
Collarbone
Uh,
save lives, man.
yeah, clearly. Uh, Stick, how did you feel about the music and animation on the show?
Jazzy. Just very jazzy. Now that I know that Yoko was part of the music, that makes total sense. That's why
Hmm.
I was like, why am I vibing so hard to this? Because like you're
It was
watching the
so
show
good.
and like sometimes you don't even notice the music. Um,
Yeah.
looking at you, ghost stories. Like sometimes you don't even notice the music, and it's just like, but this is like I was like whenever Hay got busy, I was like, "Ooh, this is all right," and I was like, "Okay."
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that. I don't know, Nick, and you didn't really talk about those, but the theme songs that they used for the first season, they had two intros and two outros. I will say that the first half intro and
Hmm.
outro were much better than the second half. I preferred those. I
Mm.
preferred the first half more. I think they fit the anime a little bit more. Um,
Hmm.
but nothing was inherently bad. Looking at you again,
Yeah,
Ghost Stories. Um, but I also think the
definitely
animation
the
was,
worst.
yeah. I think the animation was good. I think it was decent, especially for like a 2007 anime.
Hmm.
I think you'll find that type of style very common, and
Hmm.
I mean, we've seen anime like that. Just again, it's
Yeah.
bones, so you kind of know what you're getting into as far as animation goes. Fight scenes look pretty good. Um, nothing felt
Mm,
repetitive where we're seeing the
never
same
mind.
scene over and over.
Yeah.
Um, when we talk about music and stuff, I always like to talk about just like voice acting.
Hmm.
Did anybody notice the common theme in a character?
Hold on, I kind of broke up. What'd you say?
Did anybody notice a common theme or a common voice actor in one character?
As far as like compared to
Um,
other anime or within the anime itself?
Oh, no, it's literally we've watched two animes and there's the same voice actor for two characters that we watched. And
For
they
two
lit-
one of
and they
the
characters?
and they and they and they literally do the exact same thing.
one of the detectives sounded really familiar, and I can't remember. I was like, no, I definitely heard this man before, and I cannot remember his fucking name. But
Honestly, the
that
only
was
two
it.
that stand out for me is the cat
Yeah, him. Yeah,
and
the cat
Hay
too.
himself. Hay sounds familiar.
Well, I mean, there were some similarities. We you Nisha, we heard Yusuke in there a little bit from the first dude, the French guy. We heard
Oh,
he was the dude that got shot at the end. We heard Piccolo a little bit, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Mikasi.
damn.
Mikasi. What is her name? Whatever. Kurahara. That's
Mizuki?
her. That's
Me-
what they call her. I'm gonna call her
Yeah,
Kurahara.
Kirara.
Kurohara. Kurohara.
Y'all don't know who that is? That's a
Hold on.
Connie that's a Connie from Psychopaths. It's literally
Oh, the
Damn.
same
they
person?
literally do this,
They were
bro.
like,
I
oh.
I said I was bro. I was listening.
That's fire.
I was like,
So
no
wait, so
way.
who scouted her from where? Psychopaths came out in what, 2009?
It was a little bit later, yeah.
2012, I think.
It
12?
was a little bit later, but
So
they were like,
Psychopaths scouted her from from this. They were like, you did a great job.
it's like
Let's bring you back a couple
you
years
got a
later.
good procedural voice. You know what? Do it again.
You
So
know?
It worked.
Now that
yeah,
you mention it, I do hear it. I
yeah.
do
I thought
hear it.
the voice acting
Ooh.
was solid though. Nothing too crazy. I think
Yeah.
some of it didn't meet the emotional heights that they were looking for.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it too is a lot of the characters have no emotion to them. Like Yin kind of doesn't
Hmm.
have no emotion.
Ah,
But
yeah.
I
Yeah.
will say they nailed that part. Like Yin's very stoic and very nonchalant talking is solid. So yeah, I would say that they did a good job as far as sound and
Oh
animation.
no.
But yeah,
Nice, nice, nice.
yeah.
Nisho?
Okay, before I move on to how I feel about the music and the animation, Stick, you brought up a valid point with both of them being the same voice actress. Who would you say is a more compelling character between the two, Mizuki or Akane?
That's a Connie without not even second guessing.
Yeah.
She was actually
Y'all ain't, y'all
competent
ain't,
in her job.
y'all ain't fucking with Mizuki, what you mean?
No, Akane was competent at her job. So
Yeah.
Valid,
And
valid.
Akane got lucky in having writers that like had a reason to like, give her some more purpose to her role in the anime.
hmm
Valid,
Whereas
valid.
they didn't really have I feel like a motivation to do that for Kiara because she was just there to move the story along. Like she was just there to kind of she could have been meant for more, but from our standpoint, she was just there to do
Yeah,
certain things to trigger other things to happen or be
yeah,
like
a effect of something else.
right. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess.
they literally end up doing the exact same thing, and it's like I'm here to basically expose the fact that I know that y'all know shit that y'all doing.
Yeah.
The way that
Yeah.
they both do it are vastly different.
Mm.
Okay, okay. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Did you
Valid.
feel differently, Nisho? Did you feel like Kiara was, more dynamic or more fast? I forgot which word you used that quick.
No, 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 no. I was like fake caving for music because she was bad, but no, absolutely a Kanye by a country mile. Seriously, absolutely.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely agree with you guys on the music and the animation. Like it's funny because somebody in the comments correct me if I'm wrong here. This is like the earliest anime we've seen from Bones, and it's like it kind of leads into what we ended up seeing with Space Dandy and Mob Psycho as far as visually. And honestly, like it didn't look that bad. It was
Oh
really
yeah.
dope animation. It was really cool.
Yep.
The music, however, Stick, I actually feel the inverse. So the second half theme for me kind of picked up for me
Okay.
better than the first half.
Okay.
Cause like the first half, I'm like, I got used to it after a while. I was like, okay, cool, all right. But I feel like the second half kind of fit where the story was attempting to go at the
hmm
time. And I feel like I'm like, all right, I can listen to this. Cool. Now the insert music is probably the best part of the music of the whole show by a landslide, easily.
Mm.
hmm
The insert music, like both you had mentioned, the jazz, the calmer moments, the hype moments, they nailed it beautifully. And now that I know it was part of the composer from Cowboy Bebop, it makes so much more sense. Like
hmm
No, she is.
hands down, amazing. It was really great,
A
really great.
Bro,
monster.
bro, she
Yeah.
is like her music be leaving me speechless. Like,
She can do no
uh,
wrong to me
none. She
Look,
kick a
I'm a
baby right now.
right now.
And
right. That was
could
great.
care less.
She
But
can she can Adam Vinatieri a baby right now through the uprights, and I'd be like, you know what? 3 points.
as long as she keep composing those bangers.
What's the what's the price to her? What's her contract price to her being
Wait, is she
amazing at
still living?
composing?
What you say?
Hold on. Is she
No,
still
no, go
living?
ahead.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
believe
was
she's still
about to
alive.
look at.
Yeah, she's still
Is
alive.
Yoko Kano? You said she is? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
61 years old.
Oh, she's still young. Yeah, keep. Keep producing those
Oh,
bangers, man.
she did a lot of the music for the most recent thing, I think, for Watanabe's recent music or whatever. Lazarus.
Nice,
See,
nice,
I'm gonna
nice.
have to go look up that soundtrack.
What's
Um,
what's the sacrifice of Yoko Sama making all these great bangers? And she kick a couple babies. It's
she
fine. Like
kick a
what?
couple
Like
babies. You know, she
Kick,
has to
kick,
go kick a
yeah.
baby.
Kick 'em. Kick the
All
baby.
right.
Boom.
we
Who
together we
cares?
anime.
All right, so we're gonna go into our favorite part of the podcast, which is to rate the anime. So we do this every single episode where we rate the anime on a scale of 1 to 5 to let you know whether or not we recommend that you should watch it or you should recommend that other people watch it. So starting with 1, if it's a 1, that means that you don't want anybody to watch it. You're gonna keep it to yourself and you feel ashamed that you watch it. Actually, let's move that part. You're not ashamed. And if you rate it 5, that means that you're gonna tell everybody about it and you want everybody to experience what you experienced with this anime.
Word.
Um, so with that said, let's see. I went last. No, Stick. I think I chose you to go last. So, um, I'll go ahead and start off the ratings this time.
Okay.
Um, so
Uh-oh. Stick, look at her face. Look at her.
Yo, dog.
Because I see the petty in her eyes coming out. I
there's
see
no
it.
pettiness.
I hope when she does like the clips for this, she just zooms in on her face as she starts
This
thinking.
is doing
Because now
Yeah.
I'm starting to regret offering to go first. Um,
Damn.
but hey, uh, it all gets clipped up in the end. So I will say for the early 2000s, I could see why this was a good anime for sure. Um,
Valid.
And I think as a kid, if I would have watched this, I would have had a great time. Like, you don't really need a story all the time, a cohesive story all the time to enjoy something, especially when you're a kid. You just want action, you want noise, you want colors.
Yeah.
You just need something loosely to follow, which this serves at that purpose. But for the 2020s, where we've gotten like a lot of good animes presented to us in a shorter amount of time than 26 episodes, um, it just it doesn't fall short. There's a lot of stuff in the anime that probably doesn't need to be there. Like they could have used that time to develop in other areas and it just falls short. And every time I had a question about something, most of the time it didn't get answered. That's because the characters themselves didn't have answers and the creator didn't have answers. And that's okay. I don't want to, be too mean about that. Um, hmm. As far as my rating as well, when it comes to if I think you should watch it or if I recommend it to anybody, um, I think for anybody that wants to experience early 2000s anime, if you're like a casual anime watcher like me, this it possibly could be good enough. If you like good music in the anime, I just say look up the soundtrack on YouTube. Um, You don't really have to watch the whole anime to get the vibes. But if you need the story to go along with it, go ahead and watch it. You want to see some good solid animation from early 2000s? This is also good. Um, do I think you should watch it? No, absolutely not. You don't need to watch this anime. You don't
Damn.
you don't need to watch it. I don't think you should want to watch it. And that's not even because the anime is super bad. I just think that there have been other good animes that have existed since then. And by the animes that you named by the same, group of people, uh, there's other ones you could go watch and spend your time enjoying, other than this. Like, because this is just like it was a good concept that just didn't get executed well. Um,
Mm. Mm.
and with that said, see, yo, I was a lot nicer than I.
Well, you still haven't given a number, so
That's
let's
true. That's true.
like
Um,
hold on.
Dance around.
Yeah.
so with that said, I give it a 0.5 stars.
Bro, ain't no fucking way,
Ain't
bro.
no
There's
way.
no
Are you
way. What did
serious?
Ghost
Beautiful.
Stories get?
I'm about
this
to
is
say I
what
gave
is
Ghost Stories a
this?
point five. That's
What
crazy.
is this? What is this scale?
What the fuck just happened? Hold on. She
What
gave
is it?
Darker Than Black
We've
point
watched worse
five.
anime than this. This is what is this scale?
Nigga, Ghost Stories is
Who
a
is
Y'all,
parody. What are we
yo?
y'all not
talking
Who
reacting
about,
like
who
gang?
this.
What the
yo?
fuck?
I do
Who
not
is
believe this reaction.
bro? Who is paying you?
Y'all,
Who
y'all are doing a lot.
did the syndicate get to
Damn.
you? Is the syndicate like yo? You gotta give it a bad review. That way we can what I'm saying. What? Who is it?
You want the teleportation power, right? That's
Bro,
crazy.
we can save you. Just let us know what's wrong.
We can save you is crazy.
Look, when it came down to my decision, because I was going to rate it
Shit.
higher on just my own feelings based on the anime, right?
Oof.
But
Uh-huh.
then I was like going back and forth because I was like, I don't feel like it deserves that many because I don't recommend it. So going off of the concept
Yeah.
of what we think you should watch it or not,
Hmm.
Valid, valid.
I think it's mostly a no because of the reasons that I said. And
Okay.
just going off of more like a contractor like logic, no emotions tied to it. I
Sure.
If it's a yes or a no, somebody has to say, you think I should watch Darker Than Black? I'm like, no, you do not need to.
Damn. That's
There is
valid. That's
Samurai
valid.
Shampoo. There's Cowboy Bebop. There is Full Metal Alchemist. You
Sure.
know what I'm saying? Like all these other good animes, you know, you could watch are there. You don't need to watch this. If you want to, great, but you don't need to. However,
Okay.
if I could give the music its own separate rating, oh, it's 5 stars, baby.
Oh
We
my
giving the
God.
music 5 stars. Five
Soundtrack.
stars.
Who the mu the
Soundtrack five. Anime
the
point
music the
five.
music is a five the music is a 5 star, but apparently everything else was so low that it got a half a star. This is
Damn.
this scale. Yo,
N-
I'm telling you, you know what? This is the scale that Jadakiss was talking about in that song. That's the shit that you weigh your
Dog.
anime choices with. This is
If
crazy.
we're going based on, I think everybody should
I'm
listen to the music in this
crying.
anime.
I'm
I'm not
However,
mad.
crying. Oh
I'm not mad at take.
I don't believe, because Yoko, we've said he's
Oof.
a legend.
Hmm.
Oh
However, this
shit.
anime, you don't need to watch it.
Yeah,
Simple
I
as
get
that.
I get you.
It was cool
To
ish,
every to
but you
everybody
don't
that's
need to
about
watch it.
to everybody that's about to flood the comments. This is strictly our opinion of us as individuals watching this anime. This is strictly our opinion as individuals. Just want to point that out. But for that point five, it's Nick. Oof.
And I
Shit.
won't be moved.
Nick said, I want to smoke. Goddamn, let's go.
You know they love to fire up a casual anime watch. They love to come after
She
the
didn't she didn't
casuals.
understand the concepts of the anime, what they were trying to teach us.
Well,
Nah, she just said
well,
she just
well,
didn't like it.
well,
It's okay.
actually, you didn't understand the deeper meaning of the psychosis in episode seven. Face ass, fuck out of here. Like the
I think I
fuck.
watched my fair share of supernatural anime and weird things happening on Earth to, Kill la Kill is a good example of like people of, you know, these kids with these supernatural abilities and a good storyline. Um, so
Valid.
that's all I'll say about that. Um, one of y'all could go. Whoever's ready.
I'm ready for the flood of I'm ready. I am so fucking ready. Stick you with me, brother.
I can go, bro. Okay. So Darker Than Black is like it's like we were talking about. We've watched a lot of mid 2000s anime, and this is
Man, we
the vibe that
have.
it get. We seriously.
We
Uh,
have.
but
Damn.
but that is the vibe it gets. It's a very mid 2000s anime, so you kind of know what you're getting into. With that being said, you know exactly what you're getting into. It's going to be a lot of concepts that we like that may or may not be executed properly.
Mm.
Um, Highlights are, like I said, the music is good. I think there's a lot of fun characters with a lot of fun powers that have a lot of fun prices, and I like that concept. I wish we had did a little bit more with that. I wish we did a little more with a
Hmm.
lot of different characters. Um, the I told y'all I had a comparison that I
Uh-oh.
think makes a lot of sense.
Uh-oh.
I know we said that this is a lot Burst Angel. That Burst Angel was more like the structure and how like we don't really get to our plot until like very late. So that
Yeah.
comparison I did like.
Absolutely.
But if you ask me, is there an anime that does what this does, but it's executed better? And
Hmm.
when I was watching this, I said, ah, I see it. This is Tokyo Ghoul season one.
Oh.
That is what I
Listening.
felt. I was like,
I
okay, Tokyo Ghoul got fun powers.
We're listening.
yes.
You got
She
Tokyo
just
Ghoul.
happened to be wearing a Tokyo Ghoul shirt. That's
She
beautiful. I
she
love
got
that. I
first of all, she got
love
anime
that.
merch. I'm proud of her for the anime merch. That's number one.
Shout out to
I
Bree. Thanks for the
you know
shirt.
she
Bree,
loves
Bree, I love you.
she has been a very stark Tokyo Ghoul, fan for a long time. It does not change what just happened like 5 minutes ago, but I am proud of you for sure. That is a fact. Um, but Tokyo Ghoul is what I got. I was like, it's like Tokyo. It feels like Tokyo Ghoul watched this and was like, I feel like we can do this, but let's try to do it better. And I think that season one of Tokyo Ghoul is kind of what Dark and the Black could have been
Mm.
Mm.
if they had taken the time to make you write a little bit cleaner, is what
Or
I'll say.
taking less time. Because I think that's where Tokyo Ghoul also has an advantage too. Like there were less episodes.
I cannot remember
Like
how many episodes were in season one, to be fair.
less. It
If you
definitely
can
was
look
not 26.
if you can look that up, look it up for me.
I'm looking it up.
In Tokyo Ghoul, I'm pretty sure it was 12.
I know
I'm
the later seasons definitely were. I don't know if season
right.
one was. I can't
See, it
remember.
was 12 episodes.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I mean it's a sweet spot, man. 12. I feel like if you
Hmm.
tighten when you have a shorter amount of episodes, you can kind of tighten the story a bit and you kind of get to the point quicker.
Yeah.
Not to say that the episodic versions of what they did can't work. I think
Hmm.
you can struggle to get to what you're trying to do
Yeah.
if you're not quick about it. Like
Hmm.
I said, I thought the characters are good to some extent. Yeah, this is. I watched it and I was like, you know what? I'm the only thing I will say about this anime and this experience that I'm probably gonna knock points off of it because because of this. This is not streaming anywhere, so we had to go old school and try
Yeah.
to find a site to get this. And it was one of the worst. I'm spoiled, I guess. I'm bougie, whatever. I use Crunchyroll or whatever. I got the premium, whatever. So I'm used to just going in and just being able to stream seamlessly. This was
Yeah.
an awful experience to like watch, and it was I you know that skip intro button that comes up during intro. I missed that
Oh.
so bad. At watching, I was like, I don't want to listen to the intro every time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Mm.
that would be something. For me, I'm gonna go 2.25 out of 5.
2.25.
Two and a quarter. Because I don't think it's bad. It's not bad. We've watched bad anime.
Mm.
It just you get disappointed more than anything. I think it's you go through some other anime first, and then if somebody's like, "Yo, what's an obscure or a lesser known or an anime that people used to watch back in the day that they thought was really
Hmm.
fire?" You say, "Oh,
Right.
Dark and the Black was a solid jump. Just go watch that or whatever." You kind of should warn them what they're going to get into and kind of explain what the concept is, and then just go from there. But I'm gonna go 2.25, man.
I'm not a hater. Not a hater.
Are,
Mhm.
are, are, are you Nick? All right.
Nick,
Anisha.
Nick, Nick,
I don't think we ever letting you live this shit down. I don't think we ever.
I don't care.
she don't care. She don't give a fuck, bro. She does not care.
It's just
She
fun.
said,
It's
"Hey,
just
Nisho, are you not
yes.
clocking it? Are you not clocking that she's standing on business?"
I see. I see. This is probably the rating I have
It's
seen
not
Nick stand
flocking
the
to
most.
you.
This is the most I've seen you stand on a rating verbatim in all the episodes we've done this shit.
Because y'all never had that reaction before.
Because I was like, yeah, damn, that was low even for
Usually,
what I
y'all are
expected.
very supportive of
Goddamn.
my
It's because,
casual ratings.
but
Yeah,
it's because most of them actually usually deserve it. And I was like, I can see why she
yeah.
did that. A half a star for this. I was like, this wasn't bad. I think it was just that the experience of watching it is what really brought it down for you.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
that's
whole
valid.
Yeah,
point.
for sure.
Okay,
Okay.
valid, valid,
No, I
valid.
get it. I get it.
Or when
I
I
dig
say I had to fight my sleep when I wasn't even
it.
sleepy, it was a struggle. Like I'm
Whew.
drinking coffee to watch an anime, and that's not good.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Nah.
I get
And
it.
I'm and Nick, you know me. I am not a coffee drinker. I can't do it. Mm-mm. I can't
All
do it,
right,
man. All
Nisha,
right.
I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts because you are kind of like I feel like in the middle of kind of me where Stig and I are.
Funny enough, I'm close. I'm very close to the middle where y'all two at. So I'm not gonna delay it. I was bouncing between two scores, but I'm feeling more confident. More so in six score than Knicks. I was not expecting Knicks at all. Good God. Um, yeah, getting to the end of Dark and in Black, it like yeah, Nick, you definitely said it. I had more questions than answers. I feel like there was a lot of things they could have resolved. I feel like there was a lot of continuity they could have stuck to. There was so many things that could have made it more cohesive, but the powers are dope, the music's dope, everything else, could have been more.
Hmm.
Bearing that in mind, I'd say I would give Dark and the Black season one, by the way, for anybody curious. Season one of
Season
Dark
one, gotta be specific.
Cause look, yeah. Well, actually, if you did look at season two, fucking episode five, look, we just watched season one. Chill
Hmm.
in the comments, chill. Um, I will give season one of Dark and Black 2.5.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
be frank. It's strictly off of like the concept of the contractors and the soundtrack. That's really what kind of kept me
Hmm.
interested. Because if there was like a cohesive story enough with more characters, then I probably would have definitely rated it higher. But I'm like, nah, literally the powers and the soundtrack. That's it. That's all
Sure.
I got.
Hold on.
Literally. What's up?
No, you wrap up your idea.
Nah, that was it.
I need
That was
to
it.
Uh-uh.
see something real quick.
Hey,
Oh, hold
I
on, let me
sense,
see something.
I sense some bullshit coming on.
I see some fuckery happening. Hold on.
No, I just had to double check something.
Okay.
Word.
You let us know. You let us know if you confirm your check.
And all we got left is the wheel. Oh my God.
I will say
I'll say that take for a later time when we get some more animes on the list.
Ooh, okay.
so make sure you write it down because you will
I
forget.
will. I
The
will.
notes. The
Yeah.
notes.
I will say this. I am I am gonna be a sucker probably. I'm gonna probably watch the second season. I probably won't watch it right
Yeah.
away, but like
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna wait a bit.
when I have nothing to watch and I'm like I have a down like I watch all my like new anime and stuff, I'm like, let's go ahead and just check out see what's going on. So I'll probably go finish it.
I'm gonna watch it next time. I have a hard time falling asleep.
Wow, that
Hmm?
is so disrespectful.
I'm just waiting for a
uh
fucking commercial and Nick's gonna be the advocate for it. Do you need a good sleep aid? Do you have a hard time really falling asleep at night? Watch Dark and the Black
Hey,
season
look.
one.
Well,
That's
hopefully season
crazy.
two is good, and hopefully season two is something that makes you interested in watching a full story,
Whew.
you know.
Yeah,
mm,
With
mm,
that
mm.
said,
this is gonna be fun.
how will we wrap this up? So, do y'all have anything y'all want to update people on as far as projects, things releasing, shows, anything like that? Need show? Feel like you ready?
Sorry, I got a little hype. My bad. Okay. To things I feel like people would be intrigued by. No, I'm kidding. No, but let me get this out of the way. Y'all can follow me at NishoSoul Music on Instagram, NishoSoul Music. That's where I put all my show updates for all my lovely people in the DC Maryland area. I got a couple shows coming up. By the time this comes out, them shows will probably pass. So just follow my Instagram. I do have new music. Currently I'm in the midst of
Okay,
this campaign called For Your Friday 3. I've been dropping stuff every Friday. The drops
new
I've been doing,
music.
yes indeed, yes indeed. The stuff I have out, everything's on SoundCloud, but only two of the things I got on, only one of the things on SoundCloud is not on all platforms. There was some legal shit going on, but everything else on all platforms. As the month of August rolls in, it's gonna be more tracks coming in. So yeah, just keep a lookout for that. That's it.
Lit. I don't have anything besides my stream. If you want to like listen to music, talk music on Sunday nights, I am there most of the time, at 8 p.m. Sunday nights on Twitch, Nicole Learner. Real easy for you. Real easy. Stick, you got anything? I know you got 10, 11, 15,
That boy,
11
that boy, that boy,
podcasts.
that boy, big podcast
Mm,
gang.
mm. Stick around 54 on Twitter and Instagram. As far as like podcasts, you can go listen to Clueless Fino, where wine's what we drink, not what we do. You can also listen to Star Chase Essential, a podcast about Charles Hamilton music moments and everything in between, and to Tall Boys Podcast, where me and Keem talk about daily and weekly topics without getting canceled. I've been on a couple guest pods. I was on Lee Carvalho's Pod and Challenge, where we talked Simpsons wrestling and the Attitude Era, which was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Nice,
I was
nice.
also on Play Comics, where I discussed Mazda Saga Mutant Fighter, a game that I had as a kid that had a manga that is absolutely deranged. So go check those out.
Wow, deranged.
Dope. That sounds fun.
Sound lit.
Side note, real quick before we wrap it up. Um, I
Always wrap
miss
it up.
I miss attitude.
God
Yes.
damn it, Stick.
You don't want to be called. Never mind.
Mm-mm,
Um,
mm-mm.
shout out to WWF Attitude, bro. That was some good times. Had it on like we used to have the cartridge on 64. Too
Hey,
old.
Mm-hmm,
hey,
mm-hmm.
hey, hey, hey,
And then when
it's
PlayStation came out, I remember when PlayStation came out and we got our new one that was fresh out the pack. And we got the little disc to put in there. Good times. Things
good,
were so
good, good
much more
times.
simple thing. And then
Good.
me and my brother, my brother had the two little wrestlers that you punched in certain areas and you could wrestle them on the floor. He had Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock.
Nice.
And we would wrestle them while we were watching wrestling and like try to
Oh,
pretend like we were the wrestlers. And then we used to have these two posters of Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock as well that followed us
nice.
around the room. It was very scary.
Oh, that's okay.
Just lovely, lovely
Bro,
wrestling
we were
experience.
legit
Lovely.
scared of them damn
As you
like
should.
bro,
Yeah.
we would run out the room and be like, Mom, they are like staring at us.
Well, hey, Stick, this is strictly for you. Do you
All
smell what
right.
the final boss is
You
cooking?
can go ahead and
Yeah.
patch me in the system so we could go. Oh, I gotta take Psychopass off of here so I can do this anime wheel thing. Oh wait, does it?
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
the
hold
share
on. I
option is
heard
already there for me this time.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't have to do anything. That's you.
I
Okay.
heard anime wheel. Hold on.
Wheel
Yeah.
All right.
of Anime.
I
Dun,
pray
dun,
to the
dun. Wait,
I
I shouldn't do
almost
the theme
forgot
song.
about it till I saw it on the corner of my screen and I was like, oh shit, we do have to pick the next anime.
I pray to the anime gods, Lord. Shenron above. Let's see what we got.
Mm, mm, mm,
All right. We
mm.
have been
All
on a
right.
crazy streak of like 20 plus anime episodes.
All
So
Just put that energy out
I'm
there,
not
baby.
saying I'm not saying that we have to have the 12, but it'd be
Fix it,
really cool if
Jesus.
we got the 12.
Or
Fix it,
if we if
Jesus.
or if we do get another 26, that it's a good 26.
Mhm.
Or
Is it shared
24.
now? Oh no. Okay,
I
there it
allowed it.
goes. I got it
You
now.
pulling it up?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
All right.
It's
So this
about
is the
that
part of the
time.
anime podcast. Well, Together We Anime podcast. If you made it this far, this is where we randomly pick the anime we're gonna watch for August.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
we're gonna spin this wheel. We're gonna hope for something with less than 15 episodes. Spinning the wheel.
Let's
Survey
go.
says.
Survey says indeed. Let's see what we got.
Oh no. Oh no.
Nigga. No, no!
Oh
God, no!
Oh man.
Oh, out of
Oh
every
man.
fucking no, I was not. Oh my God.
Okay.
Can
no.
we look? This is the one time I'm calling for mulligan. Can we spin again? Can we
Nah,
please spin again?
nah,
Can we please,
nah,
nigga?
nah. It happened, bro. It is what it is, bro.
I was. This was the one I was
To
praying
be
we
fair,
didn't
to be
get.
fair, It's 12 episodes.
This is about to be 12 episodes of cringe. I know what the fuck happens in this anime. Oh my God. I
So
Did
hate
you
do
it.
not
I.
watch it with us last? Oh no, that was prison school that we watched, not school
No,
days.
this is a
Yeah.
completely different. Like I pretty much know what happens in it. Oh,
Yeah,
fucking
the
cringe
ending the
anime.
ending is very spoiled at this point, but I would like to see how we get to that point, even though I kind of know. Um, yeah, I've never watched it
School
before, but
days. Ugh.
yeah. Another infamous one. I'll say that.
Well, I know my rating already. Fuck out of here. Oh my
You can't
God.
do
Oh,
that. See that? Yo, that's prejudice, bro. That's prejudice. That's crazy. That's crazy.
so
Okay,
wait,
you
are we
you
spinning it again or are we keeping it?
My vote is no. I'll say we keep it.
Nick, I'm gonna leave this up to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's your vote.
With no context of anything, how
I'm
you feel about it?
honestly afraid of spinning this again and getting a longer anime.
We'll get some shit. Yeah, we'll get like
Hmm.
a 30 episode anime or some shit.
Yeah,
Or we'll
Fine.
get like Promise Neverland season 2 or some shit.
Fine.
yeah. So
Fine.
if it's up to me, I'm keeping it. I'll if I can't deal with no more 20 plus episodes.
All
All
right.
right, so real quick before we sign off, let me bring up the little summary of the anime so
I hate it
we
here.
know what we're getting into. So school days.
I hate it.
Um, mm, okay. All right.
Mm.
Uh, Makoto Ito has a crush on Katonoha Katsura, who rides the same train as him daily. Following urban legend, he sets her photo as his phone wallpaper as a love charm. When classmate Sakai Saijoni notices, it seems his luck really does change.
I
All
will tell
right.
you now. I will tell you now that it's only sub.
It's only sub. Okay. So I'm
Oh,
gonna have to
actually, I didn't know that.
actually sit here. I'm gonna actually have to sit down and watch
Pay
this one.
attention.
This is
Yeah.
actually good though. So, it'll bring my attention back in. All right, and it's only 12 episodes. With that said, guys, did I stop sharing my screen? Yes, I did.
Yes.
All right. So with that said, guys, we reached the end and you heard it here. The anime that we are watching for the month of August is School Days. We're interested in seeing how this goes. And we will see you next month and in the comments as well. And maybe in other places. We will see. So that's it. It's been a great night. Ready to wrap this up. Arms up.
Reluctant.
Bonsai.
Bonsai.
All
Bonsai.
right.